The World Health Organization has declared coronavirus a global pandemic with more than 118,000 cases across 114 countries.
And just like that, the world turned to absolute chaos. We had people freaking out. We had people thinking that it was going to be the end of the world. We had panic buyers and panic shopping, and people were buying everything, like from toilet paper to milk to canned goods, even though the disease had nothing to do with anything even remotely connected to bowel movement or anything like that. We had people thinking it was a whole government kind of plot to try and, assassinate a bunch of the world's population because we were getting too overcrowded. We had people trying to fight against the government, saying it was a violation against freedom. We had things that just didn't go right at all from the very start of 2020. COVID-19, as well as everything else that was happening during this year, just made this year absolutely just unenjoyable right from the start, especially considering we're coming out of 2019 from, fires and bad weather and a bunch of other bad things. 2020 was meant to be the year that everyone, perspired to grow and all that kind of stuff. Don't get me wrong, during 2020 we also had, new games come through because of isolation. We had, new inventors inventing things. We had, content creators coming up and growing into bigger creators, famous people getting more famous, and donations and charities and all that kind of stuff. So there was good things coming from 2020, but as a beginning, 2020 and COVID-19 made the entire year go so fast. But also we had 2 waves of it, we had 2 isolations, we had a bunch of new rules come into it. We had people running around wearing masks the wrong way. We had people wearing their t-shirts as masks. We had people doing absolute, stupid things. And we can't blame anyone but ourselves.
I'm very pleased to be able to announce that from 11:59 p.m, Tuesday the 27th of October, all retail will open. Restaurants, hotels, cafes...
And just like that, things went back to normal. Things started opening up again. We had restaurants and pubs and clubs and recreational kind of establishments opening up, like beaches and arcades and shopping centres and all that kind of stuff. Everything was starting to open up. Of course, we still had to wear masks, but then restrictions started easing even more, to the point where you could go out and exercise without a mask. You could things were just a lot more easier, like it was before COVID-19, before Corona, before the whole mess of things that ended up being 2020. Of course, we did have a second wave and a secondary lockdown, especially down here in Australia. A lot of the states had to be shut down, but luckily enough, the second wave didn't last near as much, as long as the first wave, which the first wave was probably the hardest obstacle to try and get by, especially for this year. We had people, homeschooling their kids and not being able to go out. Only one person per household was able to go shopping, which made it, really, really hard to do. There was restrictions on things you could buy. It was 1 toilet paper per person. It was one pasta pack per person, one of this, one of that. There were so many different restrictions thanks to the stupidity of people freaking out. But like I said, the second wave wasn't nearly as bad, and hopefully next year will be a little bit more better. I'm not going to really say much about it because I don't want to jinx it. Numbers are looking good. There has been a few, supposed cases of corona still popping up here and there, all over the place. But hopefully this is the last we've seen of COVID-19. And so restrictions eased and things went back to normal. We could go back to work and life seemed like it was, back to normal before corona. And well, that seems like it was the end of it. 2020 is about to end. Things are starting to look like it's going to be going back to normal by next year, fully, no more corona talk, no more masks, no more anti-protesting this and that, and you know, the whole mess of things that happened in 2020. But yeah, let's see what this next year has planned for us. Hopefully we come out of this a lot more stronger and smarter, and we can all, you know, start to grow into this, you know, better society. You know, personally, I think at this point we should all be in flying cars and stuff like that. But like, you know, who knows what the future is going to hold. And yeah, so that's pretty much the end of it. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, we ended up listening to what we got told. We followed the rules, and that's how we survived 2020.